guys, I'm going to tell you about some of my current favorite things, because I feel like a lot of the time when people talk about favorite things, they're usually talking about like overall favorites, like your favorite thing of all time or whatever. But I want to talk about some things that are my favorite things right now, currently, as of July 7th, because it is currently July 7th when I'm filming this video. These are some of my current favorite things. So my favorite book at the moment is Flittle Alchemist. I know I've talked about this in a couple recent videos, but I really love Flittle Alchemist and I'm rereading it this summer. I first read the Flittle Alchemist books in high school, so like 5 or 6 years ago now? It's been a while. But anyways, I first read them then, I really loved them. I've loved them ever since, but I haven't reread them. So this summer I am rereading all of them. I know it's also an anime, so I could be watching them, but I am reading the books. They're technically comics, they're mangas, but I think it counts as a book. You still read it, you still pick up the book and read it, so it counts as a book. That's what I'm currently reading. If you have not watched or read Flittle Alchemist, you definitely should. It's probably the best manga or anime series of all time. Like, it's definitely one of the best, at least. It's so well written, so well plotted, funny, interesting, deep, cool. It's just a really good story, and a lot of people agree. I know tons of people love Flittle Alchemist. So, my favorite book at the moment, Flittle Alchemist, highly recommend it. I'm currently on volume 18, I believe? Yeah, I'm on volume 18 out of 27, so I'm getting towards the end. I'm excited. It's really cool to read the later stuff, because a few times I've tried to reread Flittle Alchemist, so I've read the first few volumes like several times, but I've never gotten this far in a reread, so now I'm reading stuff that I haven't read since high school, and it's really cool because I forgot a lot of it, so it's kind of like I'm just reading a new series. It's so good. So, current favorite book, Flittle Alchemist. My current favorite podcast is Sawbones. It's hosted by Justin McElroy, who also does My Brother and Me and The Adventure Zone. He's pretty well known in the podcast world. And his wife, Sydney McElroy, who's a doctor, and they talk about old medical history, which I definitely didn't think I would enjoy at first, because I have kind of a lot of anxiety about medical things, and I don't like hearing about like infectious diseases and things that could kill me. I just don't like that stuff at all. But I've started listening to some of Sawbones, and there's some episodes I just skip. I just don't want to listen to them. But they do a lot of really cool episodes about super random things. Like, I listened to an episode recently about like the science of tickling and why we feel ticklish, or like one about all the weird things people have used throughout history to try and cure wrinkles, or things about certain famous doctors, or people who did weird things in medicine, like this one guy who like took premature babies and put them in like a sideshow, but actually like helped them survive and stuff. Like, lots of really interesting stuff that isn't necessarily about diseases and like creepy medical stuff that maybe not everyone wants to hear about. So if you're like me and you don't really like medical stuff, I think you can still really enjoy Sawbones. It's a great podcast. Sydney and Justin are awesome hosts. They're really cool, and a lot of the episodes are really interesting, and there's so many cool historical facts. I walk to work in the morning, or I walk to the bus and then take the bus to work. So I end up walking a lot, and then for part of my job, I have to walk around downtown, and I go for a walk on my lunch break, so I do walk a lot during the day, and that's what I do. I just listen to podcasts, and I get through like 2 or 3 episodes of Sawbones a day, so I'm listening to a lot of it recently, and it's really good. I have not gotten tired of it, so I would highly recommend it. Current favorite podcast, Sawbones. You can look it up, it'll be on iTunes and stuff. My current favorite video game is Stardew Valley, which I've known about for a long time. I bought the game like over a year ago when some of my friends told me I should play it, and I've known about it for a long time, but my brother got really into it this year, so he told me to get into it, and I have really gotten into it. Every day after work I just come home and play Stardew Valley. I know it's like kind of old news. I think people were really into Stardew Valley like a year ago and everyone was talking about it, but I'm really into it right now. I know they just introduced like a co-op version of it that's still in beta. I haven't tried the co-op version yet, but my friends have and they said it's cool. I'm just playing the regular version. I just started year 2. I'm romancing Shane, who I did not expect to romance. When I first started playing the game, I was gonna romance Maru, who's like this cool inventor girl, but then I started trying to win Shane over because he's really grumpy at the beginning, and I wanted him to like me, and then he did like me, and then I got to all his tragic cutscenes, and then I had to romance him. He's a great character. Sebastian and Sam are 2 of my other favorite romanceable characters, and Pam and Linus are 2 of my favorite non-romanceable characters because they just deserve to be happy. It's a really fun game. If you don't know what it is, it's sort of like Harvest Moon. You live in a little town and you run a farm and you have to get like animals and crops, and there's also lots of people in the town that you like get to know, and you can romance some of them and marry them and stuff. And they're just really good characters. You just fall in love with all the people in the town. The writing is pretty good. The stories of these characters are really good. And just like the day-to-day of the farm life really draws you in. Like, you could spend so many hours on this game, which I have. It's all I play at the moment. So favorite current video game is Stardew Valley. My current favorite TV show is Steven Universe. It's been one of my favorite shows for a really, really long time. I've talked about it many times on this YouTube channel, so it shouldn't be a surprise. But recently, I've been watching the new episodes. This past week, so July 2nd to July 6th, they released a bunch of new episodes, and all those episodes were really, really good. If you have not watched them yet, please watch them. Some amazing plot things happened. I don't want to say anything because I don't want to spoil it, but it's made me so, so happy. So Steven Universe, it's just an amazing show. It always makes me so happy. I honestly believe it's one of the best shows on TV at the moment or ever. It's one of my favorite cartoons of all time. The storytelling is amazing, the characters are amazing, the representation is amazing. It's so good, and the new episodes are so good, so please watch them if you haven't. It's really, really, really good. It's my current favorite show because I've been watching it recently, and it's just one of my favorite shows of all time. And finally, my current favorite YouTube channel is Thomas Sanders' channel. You've probably heard of Thomas Sanders. He was a really well-known Viner when Vine was still a thing. Now he has a YouTube channel. I always knew about him, like I watched some of his Vines and stuff, and like I knew who he was. But recently, I started really getting into his YouTube channel, and it's so good. It's so good. If you have not watched Thomas Sanders' YouTube channel, please go check it out. He makes amazing videos. He's such a just genuinely like friendly, happy, great guy. He has one series of videos called his Sanders Sides videos, which started, I think, kind of as like, not a joke, but just like a random thing of like, oh, here's different characters representing different aspects of my personality. And now it's turned into this like saga. There's like a plot, and if you watch all of these Sanders Sides videos, you're gonna like care about the next video and what happens next in the saga of these characters he's made up. So he's got that aspect, which is just really interesting, and then he makes all kinds of just fun videos, but they're just genuinely like, they bring me so much joy, and I love finding a YouTube channel that just makes me smile, and I look forward to the new videos coming out on that channel. So if you're looking for a new channel and you haven't checked out Thomas Sanders' channel yet, go check it out. Highly recommend it. I know he's quite well known, so I'm not telling you anything you don't already know, but I love it. I got into it recently. Thomas Sanders, check it out. So those are just a few of my current favorite things I'm really into at the moment. I've been reading a lot of Flittle Alchemist, playing a lot of Stardew Valley, listening to a lot of Sawbones. Like, these are things I'm currently reading and watching and being into, and I just want to talk about them because I'm really into them right now. And maybe I'll do another video like this in a little while when I'm kind of into some different things. Because I like talking about things that I'm currently into, and maybe that changes over time, and maybe something I'm really obsessed with right now I'll kind of forget about in the future, not because I don't like it anymore, but just because I'm into something else. So I kind of wanted to document this moment in time, some things that I'm really into, and share them with you, and maybe you can get into any of these things. So if you are into any of the things I talked about in this video, let me know how much you like them, and if you haven't checked out everything I mentioned in this video, go check them out, because they're all really good, and I think they're worth checking out. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did enjoy it, you can like it. You can also subscribe if you want more videos like this. I also do lots of nerdy videos about anime and home stuff and video games and some vloggy stuff, just whatever I feel like. If you're interested in any of that, subscribe and comment down below with your favorite things. Let me know what you like, and maybe I'll check it out as well.